Merry Christmas. My name is Chef Trevon Stoute. I've been a chef now for a little more than 14 years. I'm still young, but very experienced in the field. You know, Christmas is a very special time for me, and even from a child, you know, when you go downstairs, you see the whole house in disarray, and then, you know, at 3 o'clock, the house becomes this new space that has been transformed then by your parents, your grandparents alike. And for me, it's definitely been one where I have had to kind of, you know, adapt and really get creative, essentially, because, you know, we as Bajans, we like ham, we love our turkey, we love that pork roast for sure, a nice baked chicken, absolutely, and some fish. I think Christmas time is all about the spread, right? For me as a chef now, based on where I'm located, based on where I may be doing work with, I have had to, you know, most definitely adjust my menus and stuff when it comes to Christmas time. You want to put your customers in that field. Season's greetings. I'm Chef Trevon Stoute, and today I'll be doing a leftover meal for you, a festive meal, and we'll be doing a white bean and turkey soup with a little Bajan influence. But essentially, this is for your cold Christmas nights. And after we done eat the turkey and thing on Christmas Day, this is what we do on the evening of. So how I start this is that I use a bit of the turkey fat. So as I was trimming the turkey for roast, this would have been for Christmas Day, all the ends and stuff that we would throw in the garbage, we don't throw in the garbage. Right, you can hear that? So you render off the fat in the pot. You get the pot nice and hot to begin with. So once we are rendering that fat off of the turkey that was roasted, we took some of the liquid, some of the fat off the turkey. So we'll use this for our caramelized onions. So within the soup as well, as one of the garnishes for the soup, we are also going to use some caramelized onions, some regular white onions. We're going to slice this down. In the chef term, we call this a julienne. So nice thin slices. We can take and caramelize. We can already see smoke coming from this pan. So we know we had it on for a while. Our caramelized onions, the thinner they are, the quicker they're finished. Right? We don't want them to disappear, but we want them to get a nice color. Hopefully we don't send off the smoke alarm. Right? So you get them in the pan, you hear the sizzling, move them around a bit until you can get everything on the base of the pan. Only when it's on the base of the pan is when you're going to get the color, and the color is what we want. Right? Color and the sweetness from those onions. So now we have on the caramelized onions. We have our fat rendering in this pan, in this pot, sorry. And we're going to allow that to continue to render. See, we're getting a bit of the liquid out of it. So we allow that to keep on rendering. Our onions are going to get some color, which is great. And we're going to stoke them a bit with some salt and pepper. See, all the flavor, a lot of the flavor is in the turkey already. You got your seasonings, you got your thyme, you got your rosemary, you got your butter, of course. Who does turkey without butter? Right? And you keep rendering that fat. We can hear it in the pan. You want some of that liquid, and that's what rendering the fat essentially means, right? You want some of the liquid to come off of the turkey, and we'll help it a bit with some of its own liquid. It's a lovely sound. Over here, you can see that some of the onions are starting to caramelize already. You can smell that lovely flavor. And they move pretty quickly. So now we have that going. We got your onions, your garlic, and your ginger. Now this is a gingered white bean soup, which means we're gonna run some dices. We also want some of that turkey flavor in the soup as well. So we are going to take some ends, some small pieces of turkey while this is going, and add that to the pot as well. Right? What this does, because this is a blended soup, when we blend the soup, then you actually get some pieces and some of the body of the turkey actually within the soup. And then we're going to put some turkey on top too. Put everything back in this pot, in this pan, sorry. We got our garlic. which we're gonna rough chop, and our ginger, which we will do the same with. You can still hear our pan going. We have our onions coloring beautifully. And once they've starting to get the color that you want, some softened butter in there. Often does the job very well. So again, we rough chopping the garlic. Nothing fancy, you don't need a fine dice. But all we're looking for is flavor. Through and through, we're looking for flavor. Right? Garlic in, got our butter working around the onions. Got a lovely color on the onions as well. Still got that fat rendering. It's beautiful. And then done with our ginger. Now in Barbados, we love a lot of ginger. Ginger is one of our mainstays. Whether it be in tea, whether it be in a pumpkin and ginger soup, we love our ginger. So now we're going with the onions, the garlic, the ginger. At this point now we can add a bit more of the softened butter to this. You know the saying, butter is make everything better. So we allow that to sweat. And sweating generally is cooking whatever you're cooking, whether it be onions, garlic, essentially without any coloring. You just want it to get nice and soft without allowing it to caramelize too much. We got that in. And at this point, we got our onions, our garlic, our ginger sweating. We got our onions as well here for the garnish, our caramelized onions. We got a beautiful color on those. All right. And we allow them to, we can turn this off shortly and allow them to just sit in the butter. At that point, you find all the colors the colors within the caramelized onions become more so unified at that point. Just let them sit. I can run this very low at this point, even turn it off. Great. And we continue to work our soup. So we're still getting some singing from the pan, which is always ideal. It means the pan is hot, still releasing the flavors from the other things. We got our turkey in. And the fat that's rendered now, the fat from the turkey, you can see it has a beautiful color. I pull this out at this point. Right, because from here, I'm getting ready to go in with the beans. I don't want it to get lost at that point. We still got the ends of the turkey in. And you'll see how this will come back into play a little later. So it's not being thrown away, it's just being saved for later. At this point now, we're going with some smoked paprika, some cumin. To be exact, it's 1.5 tablespoons of each. We can see our ingredients getting slimmer and slimmer, and that's always a good thing. That means it's happening fast, and that's what we want. You can smell the flavors. Well, you can't smell them, but I can definitely smell them from here. And then from there, we add our white beans or butter beans. So I like to use butter beans. They are, again, full of protein. 1, 2, very flavorful. They're not too, if it is that you're not a fan of veg per se, and you take these and you blend these, it tastes very similar to potato. So we've added those in. Oh, we got a runaway bean, I see. Allow all of that to come together. And the smell is just amazing. Now, we allow that to sit a little bit. And then we can add something that a lot of Bajans are very fond of. And I like to call this my Barbados stock. right? AKA pipe water. Right, we can add some water. If you got veg stock, you won't get fancy, but I know a lot of we ain't got veg stock at home. We ain't got our chicken stock at home, so we can work with what the government provides us with. Some bonus and stock. So we allow that to continue to come down. All right, smell of this is just stunning, man. All right, in with our bonus and stock. It's fantastic. And at this point, we're going with a touch more butter. Because we want everything to come down together. And butter intensifies the richness of the white beans as well. So our caramelized onions are now complete. Seasoned to perfection. Nice consistency as well. And what this does as well is that, for me, I like to put this at the top of my soup. It's just like features, you know, when you got features in soup, when you got Bajan soup, when you got dumplings and carrots and eddas and peas. You know what I mean? It adds texture. And this is essentially what we want, right? Now, let's move it forward. The leftover turkey that we've been speaking about. We're gonna take this, we're gonna dice some, we're gonna slice some. All right, the one that's being sliced is for the top of the soup, and we can do this real thin. I like to give a generous serving, because you know these Bajans and we like enough food, right? So, nice serving of that sliced turkey for the top. Everything else, we can dice up. Now again, there's more texture for the soup. Because inside the soup now, you got the ends of beans, you got the caramelized onions. Now we're gonna blend the beans to make it nice and smooth. But the caramelized onions most definitely we want in there. And then these small bits of turkey as well. Add extra flavor. And again, some amazing texture. The next thing we're gonna do is slice some chives. Bajans love to call them spring onions, as other cultures know it to be. And that will go in as well for a pop of freshness. Now, we got both. We got our slice, we got our dice, and everything for the texture of the soup, we're going to put in afterwards. We're going to put in after we done blend, right? And we stirring up and getting ready to serve. Next, with our chives, a lot of people like to discard this back piece, all this flavor. So you know where this goes. This goes directly into our simmering soup. Check our seasoning. Add a touch of SMP. And the beans, you could cut the beans, you could pre-cut the beans. You can use canned beans. It's totally up to you. Whatever may be cheaper for you, whatever may work with your pocket. So, our beans they were pre-cooked. Now they are at their finishing point. Our turkey is well cooked through. This soup smells amazing and I ready to eat. So just before we do that, now we're gonna remove it from the heat. We're gonna add, just before we blend as well, another small piece of butter. And then to lighten this soup, we're gonna put the zest of a lemon and half a lemon in terms of juice. So, to our lemon squeezer. That adds some balance. And we use our stick blender to bring our soup together. So here we get all of our ginger, all of our onions, all of our garlic, all well emulsified. And we also get a beautiful consistency and respect to the soup as well. Now remember all them features that we was talking about before, that we chopped the ends of turkey, right? The chives, we got them all in here mixed. All of them now going to here. The chives bring that freshness, and the turkey brings that, again, that texture. Mix that all in. We're gonna serve this. Y'all can see what's going on. And we can fill the belly. Time to fill the guts, right? Now we're gonna serve this. Again, put this in our bowl. Seeing the pieces of turkey, chives, and through. And then take our caramelized onions. We'll put them on the side. Again, it's festive, right? Flavors, I mean lots of flavors. Our sliced turkey breast from our leftovers. Oh, this is the fancy way, right? This is the tea stout way, but I'm very certain that when we are at home, we don't really care about all the fanciness. So, and our fat, again, that we rendered in the beginning, nice golden brown, beautiful consistency, and we put that across the top. We're gonna finish now with some microgreens. Keep it looking nice and fresh. And then our Scotch Bonnet Oil. So that's what I didn't mention. So now we have our Scotch Bonnet Oil, which we took fresh Scotch bonnets, the seeds, so we get a bit of kick. And we heated the oil lightly, not super hot, and allow the Scotch bonnet to just sit for the oil to pull some of the flavors, pull the color, most importantly. So we got a beautiful color on it as well, and we kind of drizzle over everything. And voila. So there you go, your white bean and turkey soup from the leftovers. I think, you know, there are a lot of talented chefs here in Barbados. You know, we go from the Damian Leaches, the Marvin Applewaits, you know, there are a lot of chefs here. And mixologists alike as well. I do like to cross that bridge, because even with the mixologists, you get a sense of their creativity, and some of their creativity in regards to cocktails can be weaved into food as well.